Hey, hey.
Auntie, listen, let me tell you, you got the hypest intro music ever. Go, Diva!
Come on now.
Go, Diva! 50,000, 100,000, 1,000,000. Go, girl!
Listen.
Yes.
Let's do what we got to do in these YouTube streets. We here just trying to do what we do, honey. And right now, we doing our recap of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And listen, let me tell you something. That Bravo with the kids, I think that was brilliant for them to do that.
Yes.
We're definitely going to recap that.
I'm excited.
It seems like it's going to be some mess.
Oh, it's going to be some mess, okay?
It seems like
it's blown up. They've seen their mamas and daddies and their beefs.
Yeah.
And, it would only be unnormal for them not to follow through, okay? So the people got to follow through.
And listen, and they know reality TV because they grew up on it.
Okay? The originals, okay?
The originals, you better holler. So we will be watching and recapping that for y'all, okay? Yeah. We're going to be doing that recap for y'all, but we'll talk about that soon enough because right now, today, we are here for the recap of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, Season 16, Episode 12. Listen, you know what we do. We stream on both channels. We got to share the love. No matter how you came to us when via my channel or Royaire, please go to the opposite channels, hit that like button. Okay, support us both. Because listen, we take these recaps seriously.
Okay.
We break it down for y'all. In case y'all missed something, we got y'all.
We got you, okay?
Okay, we doing this thing, okay? We're almost, what we got, about 4 more episodes after this?
4 episodes. We are literally over halfway through the season. I mean, and it's been so good. I've enjoyed every episode so far.
Yes.
And hopefully we can keep it going. I mean, it's season Sweet 16. It's beautiful. The ladies are here. They are doing their thing. As we have said earlier this season, it really is giving that we're going back to the original Housewives way. And so I'm super excited about it. So we'll see. We are going to see.
I'm excited about it too. I'm enjoying it thus far because it hasn't been like these petty beefs. As we get into it, I gotta make sure I'm like, where my notes at? Because honey, I can't do nothing without these notes. Okay.
I got my iPad today, so we good.
Oh, look at you. Look at you. Listen, old school, new school.
Look, quiet as it's kept, I can't find my notebooks.
Listen. Okay, we here doing this thing, y'all. The Frack is Back is the title of this particular episode. And honey, Phaedra Parks is in the building. I tell you one thing. If you ever got a beef with your job, Phaedra Parks is your blueprint on how...
Come on, sir.
Be the blueprint. You cannot go slamming the balls because you never know where you got to turn back to. She is the blueprint.
Yes.
When she left, she was quiet as a mouse. She even sat there on that couch when they busted her. And she was just like, she didn't really say much.
Pretty is pretty does. Sit there and
that part. And honey, not only did she come back, first she was on Married to Medicine. Now she back on, she said she home now.
Married to Medicine first. If we take it back, she was on Housewives of Dubai first. Remember, she made an appearance on Dubai.
That's right.
She made it on Dubai. She came to Married to Medicine, and now she's back home where she belongs. The Real Housewives of Atlanta.
That part. Listen, she know how to travel on that private jet, don't she? Because you ain't lying. She did go to Dubai first.
She did. Okay.
She know how to make that money.
Yes.
So if you need a blueprint to follow, people.
The ultimate comeback. She did it well.
Check out Phaedra Parks.
There you go.
Oh, go ahead, Royaire. What you want to say to the people?
Listen, good evening, everybody. We are glad to have each and every one of you here. Make sure you hit that share button as well as you're hitting the like and subscribe button. Make sure you hit the share button. Let the people know we are live recapping episode 12. The Frack is back, okay? Freaking Frack, they have made a full circle return, and they seem like they're doing pretty well as friends, but we'll get into that very, very soon. But just make sure you hit the like button, make sure you subscribe on both channels, and make sure you share this video, this live, with one friend, family member, or hater. Listen, we all need a good
not a hater.
Look, even our haters, they got to laugh too, so we're going to let them laugh.
Haters, come on by. Hit that like and subscribe. Okay?
Yes. Thank you, Tay Tay. Well, listen, if you're ready, I'm ready.
Let's get into it.
Okay, well, like Diva said, we are recapping season 16, episode 12. The Frack is Back, okay? And this episode, you know, we have seen a lot with the ladies. We are coming off of some major drama, you know, from Kenya and the hair salon issue, from Britt and this pow situation. We got Kelly, who has been in an abusive marriage. She's finally divorced. Shamia and Portia are not doing well in their friendship. And Drew and Ralph, help us, Lord Jesus. This has been a season. So we needed a nice calm bring in from Phaedra. But before we get to Phaedra, we're going to jump right into Shamia and Kelly. So we're over at Shamia's home, okay? At her beautiful, Sterling. Yes, thank you. Sterling Palace, okay, is what it needs to be called. That's what it needs to be called. But we're at Sterling home. Shamia's in the back chilling by the pool. You know, Kelly comes to the door and she says, listen, follow my voice. Kelly, I'm down here by the pool, boo. And so Kelly enters in with her nice little glass or whatever and her flowers, and she's doing her thing, okay? Listen, Kelly and Shamia seem to have a really, really beautiful friendship going so far. It seems very genuine to me. And in my opinion, it seems like it's replacing the friendship that she had with Portia. But we'll deal with that later on in the season, okay? So Kelly comes in, you know, she says that she wants to co-host a trip with Shamia. She wants Shamia to co-host a trip with her, and she says she thinks a beautiful trip to the Caribbean would be beautiful. She asked Shamia to try to guess where they were going, and Shamia guessed everywhere else but in the Caribbean. Well, they finally landed on Grenada, the island of spices, okay? Kelly reaches out to her good friend Randall, who is over in the tourism department over in Grenada. And so, as we all know, they had a hurricane last year, really, really bad hurricane. And so they want to go and help bring some relief to the country of Grenada, okay? So they have gone over to talk to Randall. Randall let them know what they need. Shamia said, listen, we got you, okay? God loves a chill forgiver, and Kelly and I are chill forgivers, and we're going to make sure we take care of the people of Grenada, okay? Kelly said that she really needed this trip because she is running up on 2 years of her divorce date. You know, 2 years dragging out this divorce has probably been very messy for Kelly. She also tells us that she is $158,000 in debt to her divorce attorney, okay? And she's got to pay that bill up, all right, people? Kelly is overwhelmed with her ex. She feels like he's trying to take her soul, and she really needs this getaway to kind of reset, reboot, and continue being a great mother of 4 that she is. Shamia was very encouraging in that scene, letting Kelly know that she's got this, she's done a good job, and they're going to be co-hosting this trip to Grenada, and they are super excited. So that was that first scene. I'm going to throw this in here as well, just a little quickie. Portia is looking at new homes, okay? As we all know, Portia is in the midst of her divorce. Messy. If you don't know, her ex-husband is still locked up with ICE, you know, and they're still trying to figure out this divorce situation. But listen, I'm sure Simon is not concerned about this divorce at all. He's worried about ICE and trying to get out of that mess. So Portia, hold on to your horses. It don't look like this is going to be over anytime soon. Now, Portia is looking at a beautiful home. It has a 2-story great room. It has a primary beautiful suite that enters into the balcony area. It has a spa area. It has a gym. It has a media room with a golf simulator. It's laid out. And Portia says, you know, it was hard that first go round with her divorce with Cordell. She let him have everything, okay? She was left out on her ass on the curb with nowhere to go, no food to eat, and no home to sleep, okay? But she said not to go right.
But go ahead.
But not this go round, okay? Portia says she protected herself and her assets. She said she was not going to have herself out on the streets again. And so she made sure she signed a prenup. She had everything in order so that just in case something did happen, that she would be protected. You know, she has Pilar now. She has other assets that she has to look out for. And she wanted to make sure that she was being responsible. You know, she was living that married life, but, you know, it's time for her to get back to being a single mom. doing what she can to provide for Pilar and continue the lifestyle that she is now living. Okay. Portia has spoke with her mom and her sister about her friendship with Shamia. She said that they have decided to move on, to let go of the past and work on their friendship together. They just need to let the ladies know that they're good and that we don't need to hear nothing else about it. And Portia said if her love can't hold them together, then go on somewhere else, boo. Okay? I'll stop there and we'll deal with those first two scenes. Anything that I did not say or missed, or your thoughts?
So Kelly and Shamia, listen, hands down, Shamia has a beautiful home. But Shamia also loves her labels. The girls stay labeled down. I
What
don't
is she
care.
talking about? Dior? Was it Dior?
Dior.
Dior? I was like, girl.
Yeah, everything she wear is, and it's an obvious label. It's not understated. She like to let you know she got her labels on. She had on a Dior hat, the Dior bikini, Dior sun wrap. I mean,
the Dior bag sitting behind the chair. I was like, girl.
Labeled down, okay?
Label.
Yes, she is. She like her labels, okay? So and then she, hey, best friend. That statement or that phrase was always reserved for Portia. So now she trying to tell us how, that's just how she do. No, girl, that was you and Portia saying, and you moving on without her. But I mean, it is what it is, because sometimes friendships break up. What are you gonna do? So she a label queen, Gigi. So now Kelly does seem like that girl though. I'm liking Kelly. Okay, Kelly does seem like that girl, like she get along with everybody. She just came over there. She always bubbly. But let me tell you the note I take from Kelly. Kelly don't come to nobody's house empty-handed.
She don't. I noticed that. She came to Britt's house when that whole situation happened with food and champagne, and she brought a nurse for the IV treatment.
That part.
I was like, girl, this is what you do. This is how you show up.
Give me 1 second, Roy. I got to grab this. Give me 1 second.
Yes. She showed up to Angela's house when she went to tour the new home, a bottle of champagne. Kelly definitely believes in when you show up, you do not show up empty-handed. And that is the classy way that we are, or the class that we are taught, that you never show up to anybody's house empty-handed. So I agree with that as well, Diva. That is something that Kelly does on a regular. With no physical authentication.
Yeah. So yeah, she don't come empty-handed. So if there's a note that the people need to take from from Kelly, is that when you go to people's house, oh, Kelly is loud and fake. Oh my. Ooh, child. Well, all I'm saying is, if you take a note from her, when you go to people's house, you come bearing something. If they provide you the dinner, you bring a bottle of water. You know what I'm saying? Bring a bottle of Pellegrino, or bring some champagne, or bring some wine. But I did notice with Kelly, she never go nowhere empty-handed. So I like that about her. Listen, I thought it was cute when she had Shamia trying to guess where they was going. And finally, they got, Grenada. I've been to Grenada before, and it's absolutely beautiful. I had a good time when I went. So we're going to see how this girls trip go. The fact that those two are hosting it together, I think that's also a nice thing too.
Someone's at the front doorbell.
Oh, okay. Let me grab this, Royaire. Give me back. That was my doorbell. I'll be right back again.
Yeah. Andrea, I totally agree. This season 16 has been so far. Real Housewives of Atlanta season 16 has been good so far. 12 episodes with no physical altercations. I agree with that. It is very rare that we now see that they're not fighting on the show, which is why I said earlier, this is really bringing me back to the original Real Housewives of Atlanta scene. Nene and them, other than her little issue with Kim, that was off camera. We did not see fighting and things like that from the original girls earlier on in the season. So that is very true, Andrea.
We saw a little fighting because they would remember when Sheree talked.
She said she's shifting it. Okay.
Okay. So listen, a little shifty shift. Okay. So them two doing the trip together, I think, is a great thing. But I also thought it was great that they're doing like a charity thing when they go, like they're bringing stuff. I really did appreciate that. I like that. I think it's cute. So we're going to see how this thing goes. In terms of Portia, Miss Diane, and Lauren, let me tell you something. Those three, though, those three, I will say this. There's some genes in that family because they do look alike, all three of them. Absolutely.
She's not even her mom, right? That's not Lauren's.
That's not Lauren's mom.
Okay, I thought so.
Her and Portia share the same dad.
Yeah, okay.
But all of them are absolutely gorgeous. And listen, I understood why they did a scene of Portia going to look at a house. Why? Because she couldn't film in her house because Simon said no.
Now he put you out your own house, girl.
So we had to figure out what we're gonna do with Portia. So she went and she was looking at the house. That house was absolutely gorgeous, and it had a guest house. And Miss Diane said, "Well, I guess I'm gonna sell my house and move in." And they talked about pretty much she talked about I gotta look for a home because of me and Pilar need a place to lay our head. Well, the universe helped you because Simon's with ICE. So he can't fight for a mansion and he about to get deported. Well, so you may win this thing by default, Portia. So, they said, hold on, let God do it, work it out for you.
Let God.
So God helped her out in this one, honey, because ICE got him. And so now she get to chill in the home. So, I mean, the scene was the scene. And, the house was cute. And, here's the thing is, I like Portia. She do the most. I do like her. But do I think her return was the best thing that ever happened? I don't know. But I think she's a good fit with this group that we have now. I feel like there is an equal balance. But I also feel like many people feel, too, that Portia used Drew as her storyline this year. And I'm over it. This Drew and Dennis thing. And, let's be clear, Portia. And Portia knows this. Dennis still love her. She still love Dennis. And Dennis is not going to do nothing to piss Portia off. Yes. He's just not. Mm-hmm. So it is what it is. But I thought it was cute scenes. It was two opening cute scenes. I'll take that.
I agree. Two opening cute scenes. I do love the way that, they will be co-hosting this trip together. So I'm curious. That part right there, that's the real question. But, we'll leave that to the social media.
She got Go Naked here and Pampered by Portia. So maybe she can't. I don't know.
Have you bought some Go Naked hair?
Listen, do you see I got an inch of hair on my head?
She had Go Naked hair though when you was getting braids, right? I can't stand you.
Go Naked have gray hair. Do they got gray hair to Go Naked?
I don't know. We will have to find out. Yeah, we'll check later. But do you buy her sheets? Have you tried Portia's?
No, I have not tried Pampered by Portia. No, I have not.
Okay. Well, maybe we need to look into.
Can we only get them online?
Okay, can the people let us know out here because we know y'all here with us. Can y'all let us know if anybody has tried Go Naked hair and has anybody tried Portia's pamper sheets? Let us know down in the comment section. Give us some info. Maybe I might order a pair of sheets and just, I'm gonna see. I'll see.
My bed is a queen size. I guess I could afford to get some queen size Pampered by Portia. But I ain't paying a whole lot of shipping money.
That's what they get you with the shipping, girl. The sheets gonna be cheap, but the shipping is gonna be out the wazoo, girl. Out the wazoo.
No, okay, come on. Somebody look up because my room is kind of like gray tonish. Somebody look up and see.
Is your room this
color? Because listen, we be vibing. Listen, can somebody look up and see how much the queen size Portia by
Pampered by Portia. Look, now I gotta look.
Oh my God! My tears is coming out. How much are the queen sheets? How much?
Listen, she came up in the Google search real quick, so she okay.
Okay, holla.
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
Okay.
So Monique said her stuff is expensive.
Uh-oh.
A lot of good brands out here. Oh, see. Oh, no, that's a cute picture. Okay, come on.
Cute website. Now, we love to do a website review. We haven't done one in a long time, Diva. Okay.
Well, no, I'm liking this. I'm liking this
so far. Very cute, very elegant.
Yes,
okay.
it is.
Okay. Okay. Come on, $19.99. Now, what's the thread count on these?
I don't know, 100. Oh my God. All right, we're gonna stop playing. No, wait. Oh my God. Let me see. Oh,
okay. So a queen size is $59.99.
Oh, that's average. That's not bad, Royaire. We're gonna have to try it. Okay, we can support that. $59.99. That's in our budget. We can do that.
No, she don't have a thread count on here. I need to know.
That's suspect. That's suspect if she don't got the thread count on there. But do it. Does it come with the bottom sheet, the top sheet, and some 2 pillowcases?
Okay, let's see. We get
what are we getting for the $59?
The flat sheet, the fitted sheet, 2 pillowcases, split king set included, 1 flat sheet, 2 fitted sheets, or 2 pillowcases.
Well, listen.
Okay.
This ain't. We can do this.
Support it. Look, $14.75 for. I can't.
All right, so we're gonna get the sheets.
Yes, I will. I will invest in these. I have a full-size bed, $49. Okay, I could do this.
Yeah, we can do this. This is in our budget.
Yes.
We can do this. She budget friendly. We're gonna give it up.
I don't know about this thread count though, but we'll get into that a little later.
But that's problematic. Because I told you it's a 100 thread count.
Oh my God. Okay, I said, okay, Pepper by Portia. Y'all listen, go over there. Just in case I missed it, y'all go check and see what this thread count is. Just in case I missed it, let us know down in the comment section. But we're going to get back to our recap. But yes, beautiful 2 scenes, Shamia and Kelly, nice, growing friendship. They seem to be very supportive of one another, and they seem to be excited about this trip, co-hosting together. I don't know if we've ever had a co-hosting situation. Those sheets are probably going to fall after the first watch. Portia says she's staying by her product, okay? Stephanie said, though, she's probably going to fall apart after one wash in the machine. Okay.
Oh my God. Well, the fact that we don't know the thread count is problematic, but go ahead. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all got to stop. Don't do this, y'all. Don't do this.
Isaiah said, y'all, shade is top tier. Y'all can't stop.
Oh God. Oh my God. All right. Come on, we got to do better. We got to do better. Okay.
Oh, they said no refunds. Uh-oh. Goodbye. Okay, let's go. So shout out to Portia and Shamia in their scene. Okay. So
oh my God.
We have a little spa day. We have a few little small scenes in here. So I'm just run through those real quick. We have a spa day with Chloe, Kelly, and Cha-Cha. The dog is getting her face massaged. The lashes is... Why does this dog have lashes on it? Why is Kelly dyeing this dog to look hideous as ever? This is ridiculous. Now, she said she did it because she don't need... This is dog abuse. They might as well kidnap the dog again. Like, this is...
But you won't know where Royaire. That dog ran away.
Now he went to find a new home. Okay. Cha-Cha was over the $1,000 manicures and haircuts. Okay.
Yeah, he ran away.
I want to be a regular dog. I want to be a real boy.
He didn't want to go to the doggy park. He don't give a darn about all this.
Oh my God.
We got to stop. Okay, go ahead.
They had a fabulous time at their little spa day. We have Shamia doing a radio interview. Shamia is throwing shade at Drew because, she called her a lap dog. She talked about Drew being a liar. She lies in her song saying she could speak 5 languages, but she does not. Shamia said that she just hears sometimes. She forgets who she's cool with and who she not. Some people get stray bullets and some people get bullets that they actually need, okay? So Shamia was doing her thing down at the radio station promoting her song. Have you listened to Shamia's song?
Only the clips that I have heard, but Shamia to me has a voice. I'm not even going to deny her of that. She has a voice, but I will say this: I heard a lot of Drew stuff, and that album is actually pretty good.
It's kind of fire, low key. I have definitely heard Drew is number 5. When I looked at it last week, I think she was number 5 on the charts. So on the iTunes charts. So it's doing something.
It's doing something.
I haven't heard much of Shamia's music, but I think Shamia has already stabilized herself in hosting and entertainment in that industry. So I can't see her blowing up in the music scene, if you may. I just don't personally see that. And just being honest, to me, she doesn't have a special or unique voice. She can sing. I feel the same way about myself. I don't feel like I have a special or unique voice. I just have the ability to sing. So, hopefully things continue to go well with her and her music. But we hop over to Britt and Mike. They're in the bathroom, doing their little routine, I guess. So Britt is working on bare naked clothing line, apparently. Okay. She wanted to start this bare naked clothing line when she started her insurance company, but at the time it just wasn't a good time for it to work out. Allegedly, while her licenses are on hold, since she can't do insurance, she thought this would be a great time to do her passion, which is this Go Naked line. Mike seems to be very supportive of it. She talks about how she's really been stressed out with everything that's going on. She went and got her Botox. Mike said, I can't tell. She says, you're not supposed to tell. So that means it's working. So she's inspired and excited about her clothing line. But then I'll throw this scene in here as well, because the next scene is going to be major. Angela and Charles, we are at another one of Angela's downfalling rental properties, okay? We have found out that Angela has 7 rental properties. Angela's being played by her contractor, just like Sheree was, okay? The contractor came and said, listen, I can do this in 2 or 3 days. We'll have it up on the market. It'll be sold in less than 10. The paint job still had not been done. The wall stuff had not been done. It was just not together, not in a place to be put on the market and ready to sell. Angela said that she bought this house for $388,000. She posted it at $499. It is back at $388, which she paid for it. So there is no investment coming out of this property, okay? Angela says that she is now $2 million in debt with all of the properties that she has, okay? Angela talks that she's upset, that her mom and sister, that they moved out of the home that she purchased and paid $500,000 for them to turn around and go buy their own home. What daughter doesn't dream of taking care of their parents? But when your parent don't want to be taken care of, what do you do? Angela also had to come to grips and apologize to Charles, because apparently they got into a really big argument between her mom and him, and Angela was taking the side of her mom, not realizing that her mom was in the wrong. And so Charles said, listen, it's good. We good. I already knew about it. It is what it is. Angela apologized. She said, I need a hug. He was reluctant to give her a little hug, but he did give her a little something. He slapped a little arm around her. He said, well, listen, I got to go because I got business deals to actually close. I got deals to close, not open, okay? So that was that scene right there. So if you want to deal with Spa Day, the radio station, Mike and Britt and Angela and Charles.
Spa Day, first of all, Kelly has a beautiful family. Her daughter is adorable. It's her little mini me, the oldest daughter, right?
Looks just like her.
Yeah, it looks just like her. This whole dog thing in this situation, when you owe or have to pay, because I'm not saying she doesn't have it, right? But when you have to pay the attorney $158K, the dog could skip some spa days. It's ridiculous. The lashes, the dye, the this, the that. It's too much with this dog already. But you know what? This is what she loved. It is what it is, right? So I will say this. Shamia was at the studio. Shamia, I think I still like her, but she's trying too hard. She's just throwing too much shade, right? She's throwing too much shade. But I will say this, Shamia's skin is absolutely flawless and gorgeous.
Yes.
That girl, I love her complexion. I love her skin. She's just flawless, right? So she,
baby.
yeah, she's absolutely gorgeous. And I like how she isn't like she dresses in her confessionals and all that, but I think she doing the most at that at that radio thing. And I get it, Drew pissed you off, but I thought she was doing the most. But that's it. Britt and Mike, I think Mike, like I said last week, he had to warm up to the cameras because I'm feeling more like at the least that he likes Britt. Because at first I was like, do he even like her? I am feeling like he likes her, whatever. He's engaged. He's telling her your event is gonna go okay, don't worry about it, whatever. She's talking about it. She's talking about, her license being on hold and how she came up with this shapewear idea. What is it called? Bare what? Bare naked.
Bare naked.
Bare naked. Mm-hmm. I mean, bare naked, go naked here. I mean, you do what you do, right? She could have came up with a better name. But we'll talk about that more when we go to her event. Mm-hmm. I'll say what I gotta say about the event when we get to that event, right? Mm-hmm. Angela and Charles, it's always painful seeing these two in scenes together. I don't know.
That is painful. So nasty and so rude.
It's painful. It's absolutely painful. Okay, thank you, Gigi. It's absolutely painful because it seems like he just don't want to do this. Like he just seems like he's never engaged. She in there crying and apologizing to him, and he's like, whatever. He's very nonchalant, laid back. But before I get into that, every one of her investment properties that she brings us to is tragic. It's tragic.
Emmanuel said the house looks old.
No, it's tragic. It's tragic. I agree with you, Emmanuel. So the one she brought that Kelly came to, the staging was horrific. The house was horrific. The pool wasn't even done. Like this is not her ministry. The dog is looking creepy. Ciao. So when Kelly came to that one house, it didn't look like $1 million home. She just was not. This is not her ministry. She don't have it in her. She don't have it in her. Once she gets this $2 million out of debt off of her back, she needs to find another gig because house flipping is not for you, sweetie. It's not working. This is your second house you bought us to, and the second house that looks tragic. Yeah. So we go to this house with Charles, and she has to admit that you're not even gonna make no money when this house sold. Matter of fact, she might even lose money. This is sad. So you had to bring it back down to how much you bought it for, girl. When you flipping, you're supposed to be able to turn that thing into something that people like, wow, it looked like that before and it looks like this now. I'm almost wondering if the before looked better than it after. Because it's horrific. It's just tragic. So when she gets all emotional and she wants to tell Charles about the story, about how she spoke to mom and, that whole situation, whatever. I want to say this. Charles was just standing there like, whatever. And she was like, can I get a hug? Your man should know a little bit of a cue, Royaire. Like you crying.
That's why I said last week, I don't feel it's authentic to their relationship to be so lovey-dovey. It just can't be. It really, really can't be. Because it's not this hard to show affection to your partner. So it can't be something that they are used to normally doing on a consistent basis. At least Mike try. So I feel like that may be something that they kind of do. But Charles and it doesn't give that this is our real interactions with one another.
No, it's tragic. It's painful. Like I said, it's very painful seeing them together. She's crying. And then she had to say, can I get a hug? He's like, and he's smiling in the camera. Like you hugging her and smiling in the camera. You don't even kiss your wife on the forehead, the cheek, something. It's painful, but if Angela like it, she likes it. I don't like it at all. I'm just like this is tragic to me. It's painful to watch, and he never seems engaged.
Yeah.
And listen, Charles, your wife is $2 million in the hole. I don't know how much.
That's what he said. I hate that.
I hate it for it too. But I don't know how much the Real Housewives of Atlanta is paying her. But
No,
Charles, I needed him to turn it up so they could invite her back next year and she could get out of the hole. $2 million. She did not turn that. That house was tragic.
Yeah.
Who's gonna buy that?
That Angela will be filing bankruptcy next week. That's what it's looking like. Cause Charles said he ain't helping her out of this hole. He said he not doing it.
No, he not. No, he not. I don't know if Charles would even give her grocery money. He seemed to not like his own wife.
I mean, everybody seemed to be saying that nobody knew he was married and nobody knew who his wife was. So either she don't want to be seen with him or he don't want to be seen with her.
No, it's the opposite. And he did her solid. And I think the only reason why he agreed to do this because he knows she's $2 million in the hole. And she wasn't.
Now come on to get on this camera so you can get out of this.
I promise you that's the only reason why he did it.
Come on, let's do these things, girls, so we can get out of this dick. That's what it's giving.
Yes, it is. It's giving out all day long. It's giving out all day long.
Well, best of luck to them. You know, to me personally, I do think their relationship is authentic. I do think that is Charles just really gives me the energy that he's an old school basketball player. Like, that's like Michael Jordan walking around and being lovey-dovey up on him. I don't see that. I don't see that from Shaq. I don't see that from men like them.
Hold on, Royaire, because when Shaq showed up on Basketball Wives, he was bringing them flowers. He was bringing Shawnee, and Shawnee didn't even like him like that.
He was trying to get his good thing back that he lost. That's why that was happening. Look, he knew Keon was in the wing. Look, he knew Keon was in the wing coming through the set. With his church money. She said, I don't need this basketball money. I got church money now, baby. Okay. Here it is. Yeah, but I don't know. For me, I really see that of Charles. I mean, in everything that I've seen everybody speak on about him, they say that is who he's just that guy. He's not pressed by fame, fortune, or anything else like that. So I don't know. Yeah, he did. Shaq did do that. Yeah. I like house flipping that Angela. Okay. I would like for her to sell a house. Then I can kind of get on board with it. But
she ain't flipping yet. Andre, you need to stop. You know that house was tragic. Both of them. The pool didn't even have no water in the first one.
It was dirty. Talk about it's a work in progress, girl. We don't want to see a work in progress. We want to see the
not in no $1 million home.
No.
No.
Well, best of luck to them. Hopefully they can get that together and then they can have their renewal of their vows ceremony. Hopefully.
He ain't renewing no vows for her.
It's giving Robin and Juan Dixon. Finally, you hit the nail on the head. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Giving Robin and Juan Dixon for sure. If they still together, so obviously the love got to be.
Yeah. Well, you know why they still together? Because where is Juan gonna live? In the basement?
Not you got fired from your jobs. Robin is the only one bringing in a coin. You can't go nowhere.
Yeah, can't go nowhere.
Child, yes. Well, hopefully they can work that out. I do agree that Shamia just be doing way too much now. Like, I don't know if you're watching the after show that they do.
I have not.
Shamia is a confessional gangster. Like, she uses this mouth very wildly. And I mean, it is a part of the show, I can say, But the way that she was introduced to us, I did not see this coming from Shamia, for real, for real.
Me
And
either.
I feel like she's doing a lot. You doing a lot. But also, I know it's a part of the show to do a lot. So I bounce back and forth with Shamia, but I still like her overall. I really do still like her overall. But I think, and then Britt and Mike, you know, they're starting to be like a couple to me, I guess. I really see them as a friendship partner situation. It seems like they have a really good friendship, in my opinion. And he tries to be very supportive of her in her dreams. Now, no good husband would let your wife go out the way she did in this next scene. And so let's talk about this next scene since we're talking about it, okay? So Britt is having her bare and naked pre-launch event at her country club in her neighborhood, okay? So Britt, she's here, she's ready, she's dressed, you know, and she's walking around the event space. Things are still trying to come together. Cameras are up and rolling. Production is ready to go. But guess who's not ready? Britt Eady or her event. They go outside. The tables are empty. There's no signage. The trash cans are sitting in the middle of the floor. It's a lot going on. Well, now we got people showing up. We got Kelly coming in. We have Shamia coming in. And so they're a little confused because they are walking into a blank canvas, okay? Nothing is put together. They don't understand what we're here for, why we're here, and what does golf have anything to do with clothing is the question of the night, okay? So, you know, Kelly said she was about to have a bitch fit before the ladies came because nothing is ready. But the lady said, come on, it's going to be a great day. Let's go. Britt wanted to take the ladies out on the golf course. Now, anybody who knows anything about golf know that you cannot go on the golf course with your heels on. At all times. But the ladies go out here, they get in the golf cart. Britt's about to break her neck, crash into Shamia. Her dress is so tight she can't bend over to pick up when she drop it down. They go out on the golf course. Their heels is digging into the green. They messing up the green with their golf clubs. It was a mess. And the question for everybody, what does golf have to do with bare naked? They just couldn't understand. Well, while they're out golfing, Portia shows up in her fabulous dress. I thought all the ladies look beautiful. I loved Kelly's hat. I definitely enjoyed Shamia's outfit. Portia looked beautiful. Everybody looked really nice, except Cynthia. I didn't care too much for Cynthia's look, but yeah. Okay. You like Cynthia?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, anyways. I still love you, Sid. 50 cents. But the Portia, you know, she's trying to figure out what this event is for. You know, she's unsure, but she felt a little raindrop, so she went and got up under the umbrella, okay? Well, as the ladies come back from golfing, Drew is entering in, Angela is here. And so all the ladies want to know, what are we doing here? Why are we here at a golf course? And so Britt says, well, I want to take us in to have a little brunch. Let's have brunch first. And then I'm going to give you a presentation of my pre-launch of Bare Naked, okay? So, you know, the ladies go in for brunch. The guests are all seated. Well, there's a little issue here at this brunch. The cast and their husbands were only supposed to have sit-down seating and a menu before them. Well, the party planner put sit-down seating for everybody and a menu for everybody. And Britt said she didn't have enough food to feed all of Atlanta that showed up, only for the cast and their spouses. She didn't want to go out there and let the people know because she didn't want to be embarrassed. They said, we'll take care of it. We got it. So she goes out to the table and she lets everybody know, listen, y'all, I don't have enough food for everybody. So just, you know, be cool, be calm. And so the lady said, well, listen, I can split my salmon with somebody. I can hide my food. I can eat real fast so nobody notices. What an embarrassment. Well, while we're waiting on food to come out and get served, Britt decides to get up and go ahead and do her little presentation. And so Britt shares that, you know, she started this bare naked. You know, she was getting a booty job. And so they had to be in fitting clothing to kind of keep everything right and tight. And she said it was ugly. It wasn't cute. She wanted to make her own. So she took her staff on out there of the insurance company to get whatever they wanted to get. And she created this bare naked fitwear, shapewear. Okay? And so she said she had a presentation for all the ladies. So she came out in her brown box, okay? Everybody got a brown box, okay?
Mm-hmm.
They opened the box. And Shamia says, oh my God, we got his outfit, look at this. Then Shamia shares with us in the confessional that the outfit was lonely by itself. No tissue paper, no branding, no packaging, no nothing.
Mm-mm.
What I will give Shamia is that she at least pumped Brit up in the moment. Because Portia looked at that thing and was like, what the hell is this? So, the ladies were, seemed to be excited, but a little confused still. Brit said, I have all sizes for everybody. If something is not fitted right. Well, Angela says, well, I got an extra large. Portia said, that's shady. Why she give you an extra large? You didn't need no extra large. She said, well, listen, I'm just grateful to be here, and I'm grateful for the gift. Angela and Charles were sitting at one end of the table. Britt decided to get up and go down and check on them. And so Britt said, hey, y'all enjoying everything? Everything's good. She said, yes, but my husband does not have a side baby. And it threw everybody off because it's like, whoa, wait a minute. We talk about Brit shapewear. We talking about, what's going on at the table. And you talk about your husband don't have a side child. And so Britt said, well, I'm not one of Charles's whores either. And so Charles said, I don't do whores. She said, well, it was a joke. Your wife said that, maybe I was one of your whores. He said, no, we don't joke about stuff like that. I don't mess with whores. And so, Britt said, well, listen, I'm willing to move forward if you are. And Angela was willing to move forward as well. Well, even though those two are ready to move forward, Drew and Shamia are not ready to move forward, okay? Because Shamia is offended by Drew calling her a lapdog. And Drew says she called her a lapdog because you went back and carried information to your friend that was not true. You said that I was going to pay for Pilar's college fund. And she said, that is not how it came off. That is not what I meant. She said that Dennis had all of the royalties set up to pay for Pilar's college fund. But, by then Shamia said she don't give a care. She don't care. Roof, kiss my butt. Go on about your business. I'm good with it. Cynthia said, listen, she didn't come here for no clown show, okay? If y'all gonna act a fool like this, she could have gone on about her business. And she rolls up with her big wig on and went on out the door, okay? So that was pretty much the ending of that scene. And I'll stop there so that we can deal with that big scene because that was huge.
First of all, Royaire, I want to tell you this. That obviously I didn't need nobody to come tell me it was budget constraints. Because when she went out there and said, girl, I'm only feeding these 10 people or whatever the case may be, tragic. And the other people wasn't going to sit down and this and that. Why did you have these other people come? Because you wanted that event to be filled? Because you wanted to put on a show for the TV and you didn't have the money for the event. Mm-hmm. It was tragic. It was giving me the fashion show with no fashion. Mm-hmm. Okay. It was giving She by Sheree. It was horrible. But I do want to announce, so Royaire, hold on one second. Let me just grab something. Hold on one second.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, you wrote it.
I do want to announce that, I'm coming out with my own shapewear line. Okay. Yeah. Yes, I am. Yes. Diva wear.
I am done.
and I came up with the idea.
Oh my
God! Because the people over 50, we need to be snatched. Okay, we need to be snatched. That's how I came up with the idea. Okay, and I'm sorry, but my planner, it wasn't supposed to be in this. It was being nice.
Oh my God! I forgot with you. You are a fool.
be a nice box. Supposed to be a nice box with some tissue paper and stuff. I'm gonna get on that planner when I see her. Okay. But listen, right now, I only got one color. I only got one color. It is white. It's white. You see it? I'm sorry, it's so wrinkled. This is terrible. Wait till I get to that planner. It is white. But you know what though? Wait, and I don't have the before and after pictures because that dark planner. But let me tell you something. When you put this on, you're gonna get snatched up in the top. Okay. And right now, let me see. I only have mediums. And I only got white. So I want to send this to you. Wait, I want to send it to you. Look, the inside. See, the inside, it got a little thing because you're going to get snatched.
Okay.
You're going to get snatched. So I'm going to send this to you to get. I want you to give this to a family member from Diva. It's a medium. Like I said, don't judge me on the packaging. And I'm sorry to the rest of the people. I don't have nothing for the rest of the people. I just got for my lovely people right here. Okay, you for you. That's it. That's all I got. It's one sample right now. I'm gonna send it to you in the mail. Okay, Diva wear. So yeah, I knew she didn't have enough money. That was tragic and embarrassing. I would have been embarrassed. I was appalled for her. I had secondhand embarrassment for her.
Ocean Dreamer said she need a bigger size.
I only got mediums right now.
Oh my God.
All I got is mediums, okay? So I was embarrassed for her. I was like, no, she not going over there. The sit down wasn't for everybody. You put in the cards. I don't want to go out there and tell them. Girl, somebody need to tell them that they not getting no chicken. The whole arguing at the table. First of all, let me tell you this. The golfing, you waiting for your people to come and the event's not even set up. Then the golfing is just you, Shamia, and Kelly. This whole thing was tragic from the door. Her outfit was tragic. I'm sorry. Because when she was standing up giving her speech, I was like, dude, you should have put on your own shapewear. Mm-hmm. How do you not have on your product? Okay? And she's standing up there giving her speech, and the people that wasn't at the main table was laughing at her. And the fact that Angela is tiny. The fact that Angela got an extra large. Did she give Angela an extra large? What she get? What's how she gave Angela?
An extra large.
She gave her an extra large, right? And why was is Angela's not the only one married, is she? Because
Shamia, I don't know where Shamia's husband was.
Well, remember Portia told us that her husband didn't really want to film.
Okay.
Well,
you don't need to be on the Real Housewives because we need the husbands to participate.
Yeah. So then she's Angela's the only one with a husband.
I mean, Mike was there. You know, Britt.
Oh yeah,
Mike. So. Yeah, but out of everybody else, yes, everybody else is single.
Okay, because
divorced, Kelly's
divorced.
Charles
was like, this is.
Why am I here?
Why am I here? So that in Angela bringing up he don't have no side baby, it was so out of place. And the way Shamia was acting with Drew, like a 2-year-old. I thought that whole scene was an epic fail. And listen, and my girl Cynthia, she did what you're supposed to do when you over 50. She said deuces. She shimmied in with her silver and she shimmied out. She was like, I ain't doing this. Okay. She ain't doing this. She left. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that event was so dreadful, so sad. You would think after 16 years of the Real Housewives of Atlanta that people would know how to put together an event. Even if you was just inviting the ladies, you should have just invited the ladies. Why did you open it to the public knowing that you would not be able to feed the public? Like, why would you do that to yourself? It just made no sense. you know, for your husband to allow this to happen, what kind of man are you married to? Because my man would never, and I would never send my man out like that. Listen,
Me either.
We got to cut this because
she might as well get the opening in her house with a chef.
Honey, we could have went down to Walgreens and had a better time than this. Like,
Chick-fil-A, McDonald's,
anywhere.
At least everybody could have got a number one.
It was just a mess. This presentation was a hot mess. This clothing in the box with no tissue paper, no branding, no nothing. Like this basic little black outfit. Is this outfit to be worn by itself? Do you wear it under clothes? Is it something you can just wear out? Like, I have so many questions, and I want to know, is this really your passion? Is this what you're really passionate about? Because if so, you need to go back and rethink some things, Britt, honey.
It's terrible.
It was horrible.
And I think she needs to come up with a better name.
Yes.
Yeah. Because it's too borderline to go naked here.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. It was embarrassing.
It was very embarrassing. And then on top of that, to have the little fight at the end of your party, it was just a hot mess. The people came out, they didn't eat, they didn't drink, nothing was really given to the other people. Why did you have all these other people there? If anything more, to embarrass yourself even more. And my thought process was, you already had a horrible embarrassment at Kenya's hair salon with her whole foolishness. Why would you turn around and allow this to go down like this? Britt is just, I just don't think she's that girl that she claims to be. I don't feel that you fit into the Housewives brand. It's not giving. It's not giving. So yeah, those are my thoughts on that. But the people, you are hilarious. The people say you are funny, honey. You did that. Come on with your brown paper bag.
Diva wear, okay? Child, bye. I mean, I
Bravo should have had Dwight in this episode of the Dwight should
have. Listen, and you know what, Royaire? That's why they can't get back to the original authentic days. Because in the original authentic days, we had more people that was married.
Yes.
We had, I don't want to belittle their title, but I'm going to say this word because I don't know another word to use, but the friends of, I'll just say the friends of, that's a better word. Mm-hmm. The friends of, they came in and they gave some serious punch to the show. Okay.
They were a real friend.
The white, yes. Miss J. Mm-hmm. What was the other one? The other hairstylist.
Mary J, Dwight, Miss Lawrence.
Miss Lawrence.
Yeah.
That's when we had Housewives, honey. That's when that show was everything.
Dwight did all of Phaedra's events, and Phaedra's events was nothing but immaculate, okay? Yeah. The best. Top tier.
And she had the money, though, too.
What?
She could pay.
Even if she didn't, she figured out how to make it happen, okay?
Yes, she did.
But, Britt, Eady, you live and you learn. Next time, do better. Next time, just host an event for the cast. Don't do a big event because you're not at that level yet.
Right.
You know who else had an excellent event that I don't feel like we gave their props to for real?
Who?
Angela. Her Black Girl Magic event was excellent. And she sent the girls away with gifts. They got a bottle of champagne, a boxed gift.
Okay, yes. I had to remind myself. Yes, it was.
She did that. It was an elegant dinner. The place was fabulous. Everybody was fed. Everybody was drank. It was great. So shout out to the ladies that are doing their events. Kelly had a beautiful birthday party for her daughter. I mean, she's got plenty of examples to follow. Shamia had a beautiful birthday bash. What happened, Britt? What happened?
Yeah, she didn't have the money, and the subbies are telling us that the party planner spoke out and she wasn't paid.
I seen that as well. Yeah.
So Brit is a charade. Child. And that's the last reputation you want to have.
The very last. Not you, the Sharia Housewives. You do not want to be the Sharia.
No, you do not. No, you do not. No, you do not at all.
Well, yeah, what a catastrophe. It was just a hot mess. But we move into this next scene. Drew is signing her music deal, okay? Shout out to Drew. You know, Drew said in her after show, and I know you don't watch, but maybe some people do. If you do, shout out to the after show.
I guess I gotta start watching it. Okay.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really, really good. Drew talked about how she's been signed to some major artists such as Babyface, T.I. and his label, and her music never just really picked up off the ground. So this is the first time that she's really being signed to a label that they're actually working her and moving her around and getting her music out there. So I'm super excited for Drew. So Drew shows up to the attorney's office to get ready to sign for her new label deal. You know, she had some concerns before signing this deal. Now, here was my confusion with this scene, Diva. And here's my confusion with Dennis. Dennis has a problem with lying to please people. Because just a couple of weeks ago, Dennis sat on the phone and said that Drew tried to pay him with the coup for the music, okay? And so now Drew says, before we sign this deal, also Drew told Portia that they were no longer working together. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Okay. So Drew has some hesitations with signing this music deal because going forward, apparently, she will still be in business with Dennis. Okay. And so she says she's heard all of these rumors flying around about, you know, her possibly trying to sleep with him to get free studio time and all of this stuff. And she said, before we sign this deal, we need to call up Dennis. So how are we going to do it? Is he showing up today? Do I need to call him? What are we going to do? And so her sister says, let's go on to FaceTime Dennis because we need to know, okay? So she calls up Dennis and she says, listen, bro, I'm here. I'm excited, but we need to talk. You know, it was alleged that you had told Portia and show her text messages via Angela that I try to sleep with you for beats and for free studio time. And so Drew says, Dennis says, man, I don't even know why you were listening to that foolishness because you know studio time ain't free. You know nothing ain't free. And she said, exactly. Okay, well, I just wanted to clear the air before we sign this deal, okay? So they get on off the phone. He comes back in. They meet with the attorney. He lets Drew know everything that's going down. She signs her deal. And so we are very happy for Drew. Hopefully this will continue to also bring more money into her pocket so that she can take care of the 3 beautiful babies that she's got. And that hopefully she can get out of this house with Ralph and move on about her business as well. So we're going to see. We're really going to see.
Let me just, before... This is just terrible. I'm sorry I had to find it. Okay, so hi, I'm Bella. I want to address my appearance on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, where I decorated an event for Britt, Eady. As event decorator, I fulfilled everything I was asked to do and more. However, some behind the scene details weren't shown. She chose to serve small bites due to budget constraints, which she confirmed in a message. I had no control over food quantity or service, as I am not an event planner or caterer. Britt Eady called out by her event planner. She says, I'm not responsible for food. Britt Eady chose to serve small bites because of budget constraint. I was not fully compensated for the job and was still in dispute for the balance. Child. Wait. Let me see. Let me see. I want to be clear. I was not responsible for the food. Britt Eady asked me to design a menu based on her selections, and the restaurant was in charge of providing and serving it. Secondly, the venue was not available for private use. The club was open and operating, and me and team arrived early, not late, and was moved around due to production, lighting, etc. All things that were out of our control. We overdid our job. She chose to serve. I think we read that. My role was strictly to decorate and input on setup, including the use of high top tables and styling the dining table, which she approved. Lastly, any claims I have overcharged or misled anyone are false. I wasn't even fully compensated for my job and was still in dispute about my balance. That's a clear difference between an event planner and an event decorator and an event planner. Confusing the two unfairly shifts the blame. Child. Okay, let me get off of this before they get us. Okay.
It's giving she by Sheree.
Child. And I mean, it's stupid, right? Because at the end of the day, I would defend my business too. It's not fair to me.
Yeah.
That's why, you know what? If I was a business owner and one of these housewives called me, I don't care what the exposure is. I'd be like, no, thank you. No, thank you. Because they don't like to pay for some reason. No, thank you. I'm good. Yeah. But okay, go ahead. I'm sorry I interrupted.
No, you're fine. Lorraine said that did Dennis say that? You know, I don't recall him saying it either, Lorraine, but this is what Portia said. And so I was just rolling with what we have been, you know, was been said on the show. But I don't believe that Dennis actually said that. I do believe that she was just kind of talking over Dennis, you know, to try to get what she wanted said out. So I agree with you on that, Lorraine. But that was pretty much that scene. They went ahead and signed their deal. So Drew is now an official music label artist. You know, we're super happy for her. So buckle up. She said the only way that she could fail is if she fails. So Drew, do not fail. Get out here, do your tour dates. Let us know where you're gonna be at, honey. I'll come out there and support you. I love a good, you know, little music set, you know, as long as there's chairs. I'm not doing a standing venue, so make sure you rent a seated venue. But I'll come and support.
I would support Drew. I think she has a voice on her. I do too.
Yeah. And I think she's very well commercialized because she is already, you know, have her face out there and she's been acting and doing things since such a young age. I remember when Drew was on That's So Raven, when she did a couple of Nickelodeon appearances on shows. So she's really been out here for a long time putting in the work. So hopefully this will go off well for Drew. I really, really do hope so. So rolling into our last scene, honey, because guess what? My girl is back. Go Phaedra. Yes, okay. Period. Freaking Frack are back together and better than ever. Okay. So Portia pulls up outside of Phaedra's fabulous home. Okay. That's another home that's just drop dead gorgeous to me. I think Phaedra's home is beautiful, though it is very artistic with its style. I still love her house. I think it's a beautiful house, but you know, Portia pulls up. Phaedra comes creeping to the door with her Gucci, Louis, all of her little outfit on. I think it was a Gucci outfit. I said, come on, Phaedra, with your blonde hair doing your thing. She comes to the door and Frick and Frack are back, okay? Phaedra said, I heard you girls was looking for me. Here I go, okay? I said, yes, Phaedra, show up and show out. So Phaedra comes back in. She greets Portia. They have a little sit-down talk. While they're having a sit-down talk, we get a montage of the last time that Phaedra was on TV. If you guys don't remember, I want to say it was season 9, the reunion, where it all came out about what Phaedra allegedly said about Candy and trying to do things to Portia alongside with Todd. All of that came out, okay? And so they gave us a nice little montage of Aiden being born, Phaedra pregnant, and everything that she's gone through with Apollo. And the go away from me with this, I was like, yeah! Y'all better show my favorite scenes. It was just so fabulous. And so Phaedra says it was all good until she decided to play with fire. She played with fire. Unfortunately, she burned down her own house on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. But she's back and better than ever because she said, he who is without sin cast the first stone, okay?
You better talk to the people.
I said, come on, Southern Belle Phaedra.
Hey, bring the Bible into this. Come on now.
Bring it on in, okay? Phaedra says she's not proud of how she left the group, but she is glad to be back home, okay? So, you know, her and Portia, they talk about dating. Phaedra says she's dating a 30-year-old. Portia says she's not dating anyone right now. Phaedra said because the right 10 fingers ain't touched your girl, okay? And so they kikied and hee-heed about that. You know, Portia opens up with Phaedra about the group, all of the ladies that are here, who's on the cast, you know, and so she introduces, you know, Shamia, of course, you know, Portia's former bestie. She talks about Kelly. She says she has met Kelly down at her little showroom fashion spot. And so apparently the showroom must be the spot, Diva, because everybody has been down at the showroom. Kelly been down there. Shamia's been down there. Portia was down there. The girls are married to medicine go down there. Everybody is down at the spot, okay? So we may need to hit up the spot the next time we go to Atlanta, okay? Because I got to see what this is about. But anyways, they talk about Britt Eady, and so Phaedra says, well, she knows Britt Eady from being a city girl, a country girl, or all around Georgia girl. She's had a few ways and some people in the Atlanta surrounding area, but she's familiar with her. And then she said she was unfamiliar with Angela. She did not know that Charles was married. Okay, so she broke that down, and they talked about that. Phaedra was invited by Portia to the group vacation. Okay, we're going on a group trip, as we said, to Grenada. And so Portia pulled up the phone and called Shamia and Kelly and said, listen, I already told Phaedra about the group trip, and I just wanted to make sure y'all was okay with her coming. And so the ladies are excited about Phaedra coming on the group trip. And so that ends out our episode of season 16, episode 12, The Frack Is Back. Your thoughts on that last scene?
It was a cute scene.
It was.
It was a cute scene. I think that Portia, listen, Phaedra know how to do reality TV.
She does.
Phaedra, I understand what happened with Phaedra and Candy, but I will also say this. All of them, that was messy.
How about Willie Watkins?
That was so, the shade on that was so incredibly messy. I thought that was a lot, and yes, I did hear say that. I was like, "This is a lot." That was the secret wife of Charles Oakley. She tore that down. Is she
the shade queen? You got to give it to her. She ain't gonna do nothing else. She gonna come in and shade the girls, and she gonna come in and be fabulous and give us reality TV. Okay. Who else is gonna bring a casket on TV and have somebody raise up out of it? Nobody.
She killed that. She killed that scene. I liked her confessional with the red hair.
I did too, with the gray.
I thought that was absolutely beautiful. I don't know how I feel about her when it is blonde. Everybody seems to love the blonde, so I guess it is what it is. Oh no, she slayed it down with the reeds.
She did.
She slayed it down with the reeds. I thought it was a cute scene. Drew and signing her contract and everything. It was what it was. Drew she's beautiful. I'm glad the Housewives kept her because I know that she got the kids and I know that she's going through a lot. Mm-hmm. But I really think since the moment Drew came on the scene, she never really gave us much.
I could agree.
Yeah, she never really much. So I guess that is
even actress to me. That's just an actress. I'm just doing what I got to do to be on this camera, and that's it. But as I look back on the older episodes of Real Housewives, I see that about Phaedra. Phaedra didn't really give us a lot. She came in, threw her little shade. It wasn't until her and Apollo were getting divorced that we really started seeing that behind the scenes of Phaedra, and it was very bare minimum. So. That's just me looking back now that I realize. I'm like, dang, she didn't really do a lot either. So I guess, maybe we got to have a girl that just don't do a lot. I don't know. But yeah, I do agree with you on that. I felt Drew, I'm just happy that she got another check coming in. That's all that mattered to me. Take care of these babies. Take care of these babies. So, well, listen, y'all, that was our recap of season 16, episode 12. The Frack is back. Every episode, we'd like for you to leave your thoughts and opinions down below on a scale of 1 to 10. What are you rating episode 12? 1 being the worst and 10 being the best. Auntie, your final thoughts?
My final thoughts are I think it was a good episode. I'm really enjoying that it's not like all of this in your face craziness all day long. And this is going to be unpopular opinion, but I think that ironically the exit of Kenya, it erased a lot of the drama that probably would have been happening had she not been gone, right? Because I think Kenya was stuck in her old ways of how things, worked on reality TV and on Roa. Yeah. And we was going to probably get a lot of the same if she didn't exit the building. Mm-hmm. So I think, her being gone, it allowed a different type of situation to play out. That's just my thoughts, right? So on that note, I thought it was a great episode. I really enjoyed it, and I'm going to give it an 8.
Okay.
Gonna give it an 8.
This episode for me, and probably unpopular opinion, 10s across the board.
Oh.
10s across the board.
Oh, sure.
Everybody showed up. Everybody clocked in. Everybody did what they were supposed to do. This was a great episode to me. I didn't have a dull moment. I know, and probably I'm rating it so high because I am excited about my girl Phaedra being back. I love somebody that's gonna show up on TV, play the antics, do their thing, and go about their business. And that is exactly what Phaedra does. She comes in, she do what she need to do, and she go about her business. Period. Point blank. And she has fun while doing it. So it's a 10 for me. I totally enjoyed it. I really, really enjoyed this episode. Emmanuel says that next Thursday, the reunion will be filming for the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Andy Cohen, bravo. Peacock, NBC, listen up, okay? Listen up, loud and clear. I'm saying this. If y'all want to have a good reunion, bring Kenya Moore.
Oh, no.
If you want to talk about reunion diva, something to blow up this TV, bring Kenya Moore. More. I bet you it'll be the highest rated show reunion. I bet you. Bring Kenya Moore. If we can bring Greg and Sweet Tea and Quad and King together in one room, bring Kenya Moore. I gotta admit, that would be a showdown.
I'm not feeling it. I'm not. But you got agreement in the chat. You got agreement in the chat. I'm not feeling it. I feel like Kenya Moore dug her own ditch. And
she did. But if you want to have a throwdown reunion, you gotta bring her. And I'm gonna tell you why. She does not see any fault in what she did. And she's gonna defend it to the end. And that is gonna bring controversy to the reunion because Britt doesn't see any fault in what she did. Even though she has apologized in these past couple of weeks as the season has been going, she doesn't feel she did anything that deserved what Kenya did. And I don't think she did either, but she's going to stand on her 10 toes of what she did as well. And that's why I'm saying you got to bring them in. If you want to have a fire reunion with people talking, that's what's going to bring it. Because nothing else has really happened this season that was just like, oh my God. That was the oh my God moment of this season. You can't leave it out. You just can't. You can't. Look, I'm trying to get us back for a 17th season, okay?
You know what? I'll let that marinate, and you ask me next week how I feel about it.
Okay.
But right now, I'm still not. I'm still. Yeah.
Listen, I'm putting my Carlos King producer hat on.
Listen, remember Carlos King got his butt kicked out of there too.
He did. He got kicked out right after
Bravo never asked him to come back.
Right after Phaedra got kicked out.
Yeah, they never asked him to come back. They ain't asked him to do a season, an episode, nothing.
Carlos, did you tell Phaedra that story about Candy?
Well, give it up to Phaedra for never telling who the source was.
She did that. She did that.
Mm-hmm.
It made a full circle comeback. Boom.
It made a full circle comeback. So yeah, I don't know, but yeah, but I hear you on your 10s. I gotta let it marinate on Kenya. But listen, they asked her to come and then they revoked it.
Hey. It would be a surprise for us. Surprise the people, Bravo. Surprise us. Give us a nice little surprise. Plop her right on the couch. Well, listen, we have Monique Austin giving us a 7. We have K Mocha giving a 7.5. Tara is giving a 9. Espar is giving it an 8.5. Andrea is giving it an 8.5. Raheem is giving it a 5. Chloe is giving it a 5 as well. Bring Kenya Moore. The people said it, okay? Let's see. That was all the ratings we got for tonight. Okay. Ocean is giving it an 8. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah. I say bring her back. Let's see what happens. What's the worst that could happen? She get dragged off the couch again?
You stupid.
Look messy.
Oh God, you a fool.
Well, that has been our recap of season 16, episode 12. Frack is back. Remember to hit the like button on both channels as we are live on both channels. If you're not a subscriber to Chronicles of the Gray-Haired Diva, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe over there. And the same for Royaire's World. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe over here. Share this live with someone. Shout out to the rewatch crew. We appreciate y'all. Forever 21 is giving this episode a 6. Due Process is giving this episode a 7. Thank you guys for your participation tonight. We truly appreciate it. As Diva said earlier, we will be recapping the new generation of Bravo, okay? The children are coming back, and they're coming strong and ready. I believe stronger than their parents did. So we're going to see how this going to turn out. But I'm super excited about it. Also, the Braxtons have been renewed for a season 2, okay? So I believe they'll be back in August is what I've heard. So we'll be recapping them as well. I seen your post the other day. Well, no, you commented on a post the other day. Tia and her husband
I don't know what they doing. Whatever they doing is beautiful to me.
It's beautiful. Shout out to Black Love, okay?
You're a fool. Holler the Black Love. You ain't never lied.
Black Love, okay?
Yes.
I love for a family to be together. They got 2 children together, you know, and it's okay to realize sometimes you made a mistake. Sometimes your man is your man, okay? And he may not be perfect, and you ain't either, Tia. Take him back and let's go on about our business and be a Black happy family together. Period.
So yeah, so I'm just happy that even if it's just co-parenting, very well, whatever it is, I like it. We did, Lorraine. Yeah, I thought it was shady. And in the beginning when I first, Shamia got me because of her home. Okay, and I thought but I didn't like that. Aw.
Thank you. Listen, we appreciate each and every one of y'all for joining us all over the world. I had somebody comment on my page from England the other day.
Oh,
I said, oh my God, wow, we have reached outside of the States. Go us.
Oh,
we are the recap crew, period. But listen, make sure you join Diva every night around between 8:30 and 9 for trending topics. She is giving the latest and the greatest details of this Diddy trial. And what a trial, okay? Do you see us coming to a resolution anytime soon with all of this? I know you've been kind of keeping up with it.
Well, it's all over the place. I've been saying this to a lot of people. It's a circus. It really is all over the place. I don't know how this thing is going to pan out. Yeah. It seems like all the prosecution keeps telling us is how, Cassie got a beat down. And we get it. We checked that box. We understand that Cassie was getting a beat down. But if you want to say somebody was running an enterprise, you need to tell about Cassie beat down, Diva beat down, Royaire beat down. Yes. You need to tell us about the Pow Pals. You need to tell us more. We need more.
And
right?
Who was involved? And who else was involved?
And who else was involved? Because I can't do the enterprise solo.
Yes.
So we need to know who else was involved. So it's a lot.
I heard she's in labor.
She had the baby. I think she had the baby boy.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And that is why they had to hurry up and get this thing done, because they knew that any second she was about to have that baby.
Gotcha.
So she did.
Well, y'all stay tuned to Chronicles of the Gray-Haired Divas channel for all of those great updates, okay? The people are talking about Karen in the comments. I don't know what's going on with Karen Huger, but prayers for her. I seen that Chris Chrisley and his wife are out of jail on a pardon, so yeah, but we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and share, and catch Diva tonight about 8:30 for trending topics. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. And we will see y'all next week.
Bye. Good night. Goodbye.